Probably because I
There we go.
We're all set.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna call to order the Village of Millville Planning Commission meeting. Heather, may we have a roll call, please?
Jason Holzhausen,
Here.
Bruce Farrell,
Here.
Amanda Meacham,
Here.
Troy Newman,
Here.
Robert Pergler,
Here. Susan
Susan Shannon.
Here. All right, we have the pledge of allegiance on our agenda.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. We have our written agenda in front of us. Anyone have additions, questions? Who is making that motion?
I will make a motion that we approve the agenda written.
Support. We have a motion with support to approve our agenda as printed. All those in favor? Please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you, folks. All right, minutes from August 5th. They're extensive minutes from August 5th. Anyone have any corrections to make? Any questions?
None for me.
All right, who is making that motion?
Make motion to approve.
Or
Minutes us. There we go.
All right. All right. We have a motion with support to approve our minutes as printed from August 5th. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. Public comment session, we are by ourselves. So, we are moving on to our ordinance committee vacancy. Well, 2 vacancies, but we're concerned about the ordinance committee. Mr. Powers.
So it is possible that the joint planning committee may be getting together sooner rather than later.
Oh,
As I'm sure you've seen, there's some properties that have just recently came up for sale within that area.
okay.
However, following the departure of Steve Baldry from the planning commission, there is currently a vacancy on the ordinance committee. The ordinance committee is currently Ms. Meacham, Mr. Farrell, and then Mr. Holzhausen is the alternate. And at the September 1st, 2026 meeting, the planning commission should appoint a member to fill the committee vacancy currently or created by Mr. Baldry's departure. We're happy to answer any questions or any comments or concerns
Who's the alternate on the site plan? Was that Steve?
for us.
It was, okay. So Sue, looking for our bylaws, you have to be a member of at least 1, but not more than 2 alternates count. And I would prefer to not be a regular member of the ordinance.
I would volunteer to do that one. I think I got a little bit of background.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you do. I just take a shot in the dark here.
So if Bob wants to join as a regular member of the ordinance committee, Sue, you slot yourself in as the alternate to the site plan committee for now.
I can do that.
Is the vacancy on the GPC ours to fill?
It is.
And my next question would be, can our council liaison fill that?
She could.
I just didn't know.
Yeah, so this committee, it doesn't have,
Any-
regulatory approval,
Okay.
anything. It's just solely recommendations. So unlike the site plan and ordinance committee.
are we anticipating,
So property that just came for sale on the south side of the village, I believe is 130 acres. That's at the edge of the village boundary. They're on the south side,
I'm lost, where,
south edge of the village, being south of Reds as well as
south of
Spring
Reds,
Park.
okay.
There are other properties that, of course, have been discussed and anticipated. Some being just north of Crane, that have been investigated for well and towers. Other property located over on Irving.
our employer already owns some property?
That's correct. So there's that property's been looked at for a little over 20 years, but there's recently been some changes, so that could possibly move. And as mentioned, Irving Street, there's site that's potentially or been looked at that is close. I believe it's 95 acres.
I don't want that one sold.
Yeah, so there's a couple.
Looking at our committee counts, our vacancy on the joint planning committee would, from our current roster, would need to be filled by Amanda, Troy, or Sue.
They have not met in the past 3 years, so even if they do
Yeah.
meet, they're not very often.
What one are we going for?
Joint planning,
I'll do it.
yeah, just
Now that I say I'll do it, we'll meet, right?
just
Not more than two, something like
That
that.
vacancy, that committee has had that vacancy for a while. For a long while. So if we get a name on it, if something comes up.
Absolutely. And we'll have to reach out because I'm not certain if our president knows he's still listed as a committee member.
Okay. All right, so we need a motion, and I will, all right, let's see here. I'm making a motion that we are appointing Mr. Pergler to the ordinance committee. And Sue, oh my word, what is your last name? Shannon. Ms. Shannon is the alternate to our site plan committee, and Ms. Meacham is joining the joint planning committee.
Support.
All right, so it's me, it's Amanda. Everyone satisfied?
Mhm.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, folks.
Well, we're on the subject of the ordinance committee. Just looking online today, it looked like there was a meeting scheduled for 8 a.m.
Heard that.
on the 6th. And I'm going, no.
Oh, yeah, well,
Can we check into that?
So
Said
that's
tonight.
likely the village council's ad hoc committee. So
Well, it's pretty
We'll
clear.
look into
It was pretty
that and
clear
see
it was
why.
the ordinance committee.
well, the council has an ad hoc ordinance committee for ordinances that aren't zoning ordinance.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So.
So we only deal with chapter 78 primarily.
Easy for you to say.
All right.
Okay, so there is no meeting. on
There's no meeting this Thursday that
No.
you're, yeah.
Because you're on your own, I'm not there.
All right, now next on our agenda is the capital improvement plan. We all went through it, right?
And this was presented to the board earlier this year. However, there have been, a handful of changes
I thought there
There were a
was,
lot of changes.
previous.
yeah, I was gonna say, I thought there were changes when I was going through it. Do you have any, to point out to us?
So a lot of it pertains to the timing, that the equipment, or I guess we'll say a lot of the building and land has primarily stayed the same, except you will see time changes from the public works improvements. That beyond that, some of the street projects, the timeline has changed due to not trying to do any particular year. Paul Henry Trail received the funds or tentatively for that project, so that it stayed on there. The year is showing is 2028 tentatively. Beyond, that, a lot of this stuff, is, fairly similar, except for the, timeline changes. The only thing, or the only streets that I've noticed, the biggest changes being, we've tried to remove, typical maintenance items that you would see, within the departmental budget. As the capital improvement plan is not supposed to be, general maintenance, items. There are, Arlington Road is no longer listed on this, as well. And certainly there's been, some changes with, DPW's equipment related to recent expenses and so forth.
I saw it, and I guess in those, on the, local streets, Charles and Sherman. And I see 500,000, so I'm assuming that's the entirety of the street?
Yep.
Okay, so to say the actual intersection of Charles and Sherman was,
That was done a couple years ago.
yeah, when Seneca Ridge
Right.
2,
Mhm.
we asked DPW at the time, to, hey, there's gonna be a construction crew there. Let's, fix that, and they did, so, okay.
And I will note in relation to the Grand Rapids, roundabout that was shown on here too, that that's tentatively, East Main, and we should have, drawings that can help facilitate that coming shortly.
So I like, the parks page is always very interesting to this body. Helen Hill, East River Bank, Spring Park. Were there any actual plans for Spring Park?
So there's been discussions, that I know one of them was related to a bathroom, and, there's been general just activity ideas, but there has been no public engagement or plans drawn as of yet.
Well, I know, Craig was working on getting whatever the village needed to rebuild the boardwalk in Spring Park through the wetlands there. Did that, how far
That was dropped.
wasn't?
So been told that it'd be, very challenging or unpractical, from our former, public works director. However, with the addition of new property, it's possible that may have to be explored too.
Oh. It was
Yeah.
always nice when
And that could also be part of, the master plan discussion as well, because currently that neighborhood, may be under service, through Parks and Rec versus other communities in the village.
Well, yeah, it's that pedestrian access to the
Mhm.
park that
Mhm.
doesn't exist on the highway, so.
Where do we stand on the trail? Is that included there on that?
So the bridge improvements are listed in here. There is also, some, and as I mentioned, grant dollars have tentatively been awarded. Beyond that, there's, besides the bridge repairs, I think a lot of that's listed under general maintenance. I do not believe we have any other projects showing, related to the trail.
Beyond,
What kind of grant money did we get?
Approximately $2 million, I believe.
Who that come from?
Michigan Natural Resource Trust Fund.
yeah, because I believe it was the two bridges, and then there were plans to repave
Yes.
from here to McCann, so.
So the village engineer was, just presented about this at the village council's last meeting.
Yeah.
What is a mall study? On next page.
So that's it's, something that's required, for, the sewer. I do not have the background to speak, in too great a detail. I can only say that, Public Works Director said that's something that is required, for, the sewer maintenance.
Okay, so nobody really knows. Oh, that's
I'm not
It's
not
relying on
public
the
works.
expert.
Yeah.
The village council hired the expert, and we're gonna let the expert do it.
Okay, all right. Well, it doesn't come up until next year, so. Okay,
You know, offhand, originally, Charles and Sherman were going to be redone this year, they're going to be found and redone. Now it's going to be a complete reconstruction. Does that mean we'll have curbs and sidewalks and all of this?
So reconstruction, it has to meet, our curb requirements and expectations, yes.
I would assume it would probably be sidewalk on at least one side of the street, like they did Johnson. So, which,
We have a lot of pedestrian traffic.
oh, yeah. I'm just waiting for the inevitable, depending on which side of the street the sidewalk goes on, is you're gonna get a few folks that are gonna be like, oh, I have to take out my parking that I wasn't technically allowed to put in back then.
On that, it depends on which side of the street the houses start going in on. unfortunately.
Well, it gives us a good chance to implement best practices
Yeah.
in regards to updates to street requirements and like you said, if there's other things that need to be addressed. So like as the railroad reconstruction that's allowing for additions to ADA compliance with additional parking along with the retaining wall and other placemaking components. It'll look different when it's done.
Well, when Johnson was done, it's so much nicer now. Actual sidewalks, curbs, yeah.
But I believe the model study might be a typo, because I looked it up and it's not coming up that
I
way.
was just trying to figure out what it was.
Yeah, it sounded violent.
Sears and opinions?
Well,
Looks like it's to automate or defect classification to prevent catastrophic structural failures. I will get more information.
Okay.
And that's a question for the street signs and wayfinding. There's nothing for 2006 or 27. No, 26, right?
So this
We got
is,
one side parking now?
so you're referencing the ordinance.
Yeah.
So the village, Department of Public Works does have a budget that can allow for installing signage. These are shown as $50,000 to $20,000. Will be larger wayfinding projects. It wouldn't be installing, a handful of signs in one or two neighborhoods. So this would be more in regards to, improving access or connectivity with the downtown or our trails, parks, those types of measures.
is there an appetite to put asphalt in the public parking lot of Arrows?
So that's part of the railroad street project that the company that is doing that work is anticipated to pave that as well. We've had the drawings prepared and funds have been, confirmed.
And I know outside of CIP plan, do we have a timeline for the streetlights on the Highland Highways?
So being that those were approved this year's budget, I will see what the update is from the timing of that installation.
All right, any other questions on our CIP for Mr. Powers? No? All right, well, we don't need to take any formal action. So I can, Heather, how excited is the office staff to move BSNA systems?
As more issues come about for not having the cloud yet, it'll be good in the long run.
Yeah. Okay.
The transition will always be, glitchy. but-
All right, let's see here, we have committee reports, but.
We do need a general consensus for the CIP, so I don't know if
Are
we
we
need,
happy with our CIP and the answers we have received?
thank you.
No problem.
Yes, perfect.
Mr. General, did our ordinance committee meet?
Nope.
No, okay.
So we hadn't scheduled any meetings, since we were down a member.
Okay, so we have, Mr. Powers' report. We do see, oh yeah, so, Dutch developers, they are, we didn't obviously need to do anything with the site plan for that.
So, no, this was just an additional accessory building, yeah. So, one thing I want to mention too, for anyone that's interested, I have a couple pamphlets, I can make more, but, these are some potential, educational opportunities, that some of you may have taken, just pass out, or, anyone, if you're wanting to keep it, we need more, I'll make copies. But beyond that, so regarding, the previous meeting, the inquiries about Mid-Villa, that the report, I had been provided back in May showed approximately 30% of the tenants being manufacturing, with 15% being medical, 38 professional, 8% retired, and another 8% unemployed. Those are all approximate for their tenants. That I should have a meeting coming up soon. Hopefully, I'll be able to get additional information, but I do not know for certain if that'll be ready for next month, or if that'll be a few months from now.
What's their occupancy rate?
So right now, I was told they have 108 tenants.
Okay, out of the,
That was 2 weeks ago, and out of 144. And the occupancy permit was issued in July, the end of July.
so it won't take long before.
So yeah, it's been
Right.
4.5 weeks or
Probably
so.
Drew everybody
Yeah.
down.
Well, because in renting in there is not a super quick. It's not as quick as it could be in other places because of the state requirements, so.
Yeah, and they have paper applications and other things too.
Yeah.
Because of,
And they said they have more than enough to fill them. They have more applications pending than they have.
they have a lot of applications, and yeah.
So, yeah, it'll just be a matter of time before the wait list starts.
Yeah.
So,
As mentioned, I met with Caprock August 13. Have not gotten an application, but they anticipate fall or winter timeframe for site plan application if nothing else is needed. The 512, 516 Broadway, that did go before the M37 Corridor Committee on August 11th. Still waiting on elevations for us to schedule either a site plan committee or going to the planning commission. The land division 2026-02, that is property here on East Main, 2 parcels. This is residential, that's adjacent to the cemetery in H&L. That provided the information to be able to sign off on for a lot subdivision, along with lot adjustment and easement, a few other things.
You said there's 2 lots?
So it's 2 parcels that they were requesting to be able to make them for.
Okay.
So yeah, the Mid-Villa occupancy permit's been issued. McDonald's had their grand opening. Don't have anything else really.
The Broadway property, the corridor committee was okay.
Yeah, there's no issues. There's multiple questions asked, but no concerns. That the only thing that came up was questions about whether or not shared or joint parking with Three Brothers Pizza Hut. But
Yeah, sticky situation since.
You didn't want to participate before.
No, we did not. No.
Three brothers tonight, or we did all-
The Three Brothers,
Oh, really?
yeah. with
the developer had reached out to him personally and spoke to both the brothers.
Anything cooking on Baby Bliss?
So the property owners there, they're certainly, or partners have been interested, and they're trying to, encourage additional engagement. But I don't have any,
She lowered her
Normal.
price.
petitions. I haven't seen, change in pricing. I just know that the other partners have been trying to, encourage developers to look. So I don't have any strong updates on that one.
Where's the Copper Rock, 36 State Street?
That's the parking lot by the church.
Oh,
You know, they've only been sitting in it for 3 years.
Well,
Yeah, so since that time frame of the initial conversation, there was the award, and they've been discussing with partners in regards to if there was interest in, selling or making the project larger, and working with community stakeholders. There's been a couple meetings at the council as well. They've gotten Alta survey prepared, readjusted the floodplain description. So I believe it was a letter of map amendment that they had done to determine the site buildability. They've bid out civil engineers as well as architectural firm, and brought the architects in to work on designing plans.
progress, just slow.
Very slow.
See, the old fire barn's got a for sale sign on it now.
It does.
All right, any other questions about the admin report? All right, we have Mr. Rickards' report from us. Anyone's house on this?
Nope.
Not my house. Questions for Mr. Rickard that can be relayed? When's did the sign ordinance get published this weekend?
I will have to check to see if it was published, because I know the council approved it at their last meeting.
I just didn't know if the paper, I didn't want to see it.
I'll have to check.
Because that is what?
I didn't notice it in there, but
Is it a week after?
it's usually 7 to 10 days.
After it gets
Yeah.
published.
So it should be this upcoming weekend. I didn't see it last weekend, but I'll have to double check.
All right. Public comment session. Anyone up here have comments?
Actually saw a speeding ticket issued on, Town Center.
It wasn't me, was it?
That was me.
Welcome, Sue.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us. Heather, you have anything?
You do not?
No? All right. Well, hearing nothing else, I'm gonna make a motion that we adjourn.
Support.
We have a motion with support for adjournment. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Do we have a joint